TLEV Media, bringing the magic of the theme parks to your home.
From vlogs to interviews, TLEV Media is entertainment for all. What is up, theme park enthusiasts? I'm Thomas.
And I'm Mr. E.
And we have such exciting news to talk about today. And that is, of course, the news that broke out yesterday that Splash Mountain will be rethemed for the Disneyland Resort and for the Walt Disney World Resort and the Magic Kingdom to Princess and the Frog.
This is crazy news. This is insane. Disney has came out and said that they've been working on this for a while now. A year. They've decided, to let everyone know that this is the future of Splash Mountain, and the future is no more for Splash Mountain. And it's time for a change. I think let's just talk about what we think.
But before any of that, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell to be notified with every single upload on this channel. We're breaking down theme park news. We're going to the theme parks. We're going to be up to date with every single detail of these theme parks. Yeah. Now, let's talk a little bit about the history. Now, if you want a more in-depth history, we're going to do very shallow, very much bullet points right now. If you want a more in-depth history, make sure to click the link to our channel, Second Star, which does all Disney history. Link in the description down below where we talked about Splash Mountain. So Splash Mountain opened at the Disneyland Resort in 1989, and it was a big success. It was themed to the characters from Song of the South, which was a movie that was produced by Disney, and it was released in 1946. Now, the reason why this ride came to be was because Disney had an overabundance of animatronics. It didn't know what to do with them. So Tony Baxter, who led the charge and who's actually going to be almost an advisor for this new version of the attraction, he came up with the idea while he was in traffic, as the legend goes, and to retheme or to come up with a log ride using the leftover animatronics from America Sings. Now, these animatronics, of course, were, you had some eagles, you had some bears, a fox, and a rabbit. And so those became Brer Rabbit, Brer Bear, Brer Fox, and the rest was the townspeople.
There you go.
So and then in 2009, when Disney was in a bit of a rut, and this movie that very much was the revival and launched Disney as a brand to where it is now came out, and that is, of course, The Princess and the Frog. It was it was a new version, a retelling of the story, where it was much more of a story of New Orleans. It was much more of a story of the princess, of course, this being Tiana, and her dreams outside of the story of the princess just kissing the frog and, well, the frog turning into a prince.
An automatic success, right?
It was a huge success, and because of that, that's what, the successes of Frozen 2, Zootopia, Big Hero 6, all these movies that came after, it would not have happened if it weren't for Princess and the Frog. So this movie is really important in the history of Disney, especially recent history, is the history that we are living. And so The Princess and the Frog, when it came out in 2009, immediately fans were thinking, why don't you just retheme Splash Mountain? Because Song of the South is a bit controversial. Most likely you know the history because we're not the first to talk about this. In 2009, why don't you just theme it to Princess and the Frog? Yeah. There were many petitions. It's been going on for more than a decade.
It's been a long time.
More than a decade, right? Yeah.
People were coming out with their own visions of this, right? And those photos were coming out, and the people have been on board with this for a very long time. I'd say
very long time.
Yeah. And basically, Disney came out and said, "Oh, we're doing it."
Yep.
They came out times like now. And I think they did that because of the times we're living in right now to come out with this news. It's a smart move on Disney's part, I would say, to do this now. They've been saying they've been planning this for a year or so now. Okay. I mean, but
let's take the benefit of the doubt.
Let's take the benefit of the doubt. Yes, for sure. Now I think what we should talk about is Splash Mountain, how big it is in Disneyland, how it's basically, you could say it's a staple of Disneyland. Yeah.
So we already know you're writing in the comments, you're probably just liking this video because we're talking about the fact that, Splash Mountain, and that is changing, and we're happy about it. Yes, Disney tried very hard to separate Splash Mountain from Song of the South, but you can't hide that history. And that history is, you know, just to ignore it or to excuse it with the ride. I'm glad that Disney finally did this.
You know, and don't get me wrong, I still love Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
I mean, the music, iconic music in that ride. You know, the animatronics, just the whole story, the history of the animatronics are amazing. It is, it's a staple of Disneyland, and that's something I would go on every time I go to Disneyland. Am I a little sad that it's coming out? Yes, because I believe that Princess and the Frog should get their own ride.
Yes.
Yes, they are just retheming, basically.
Or plussing, as Walt Disney would say.
I feel like it deserves its own ride now. This is, you know, it could still be a water ride, but maybe something more like Ariel's Adventure or whatever, something like that. I think would work even better. Now the photos that did come out, it was just the poster,
concept
right?
Art. Yeah.
Concept art. I think this ride is going to be a masterpiece of color and
flair
and everything. I mean, I think they're gonna go all out like kind of like Avatar. I think they're gonna try to get all these crazy colors going. I don't know if it's too soon for me to start speaking. I don't know if you want to add on anything before I start talking about the ride.
I completely agree with you that I wish this was its own ride.
Oh yeah.
As much as this ride, whatever its future is, its past will always be linked to Splash Mountain and, by association, Song of the South.
I mean, and there's sort of like a little reference with this in Disneyland was, I mean, if you think about Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, I still think of it as
Tower of Terror,
the hotel.
As your shirt that you're
wearing right now. And I'm always gonna think that way. And I think even when I see how they're planning on changing the drop now, instead of it being when you're coming out of the drop.
When you're coming out of the tree, like it's a broken tree, and you're falling off a cliff. Into the,
right. So and they're changing it a little bit now. I mean, they're making it more like of a tree that's been growing there.
Yeah.
But I think I'll still look at it and be like, yeah, that was a Splash Mountain right there. That's the iconic Splash Mountain drop right there.
Yeah.
So that I know that I will be looking at that ride and seeing it. Especially, I really think they're gonna reuse the animatronics still.
Probably.
From Splash Mountain on this ride, so you're gonna see something. You'll be like, oh yeah, that's Splash Mountain right there. This is a good addition.
Yes.
Especially the area it's in. Right next to New Orleans Square.
Right next to the Haunted Mansion.
Right next to Haunted Mansion. Should we touch on our idea of the horror aspect of this ride?
So that's going to be a future video that you'll see where it'll be the three of us, and we're going to pitch what we think would be the best version of this ride, combining animatronics, combining visual effects, and combining the story of the attraction. Because this is supposed to be a sequel to the movie. I don't know how much. I think it's gonna be kind of like how the Frozen attraction in Epcot is a sequel to the Frozen.
Is it really?
Yeah, but it still has all the music for the first one. Still has Elsa doing her Let It Go.
So you think they're gonna turn into frogs again, and then they're gonna?
Oh, I would not be surprised if on the log that we have, it's going to have them as the frogs.
What if we're following? What if we're like following the crocodile at this whole time, or the gator?
Lewis?
Yeah, Lewis.
I wouldn't mind.
We'll talk about it some other video.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the area. I think this could be the end of Critter Country. You know,
could be.
This could be the shaping of making a massive New Orleans Square.
Yeah,
and
just
taking out Critter Country, which might mean in the future, our good old Winnie the Pooh might be finding a new home.
That's possible. Yeah.
It's very possible. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's a change. It's a big change.
Exactly.
A lot of people are hurting right now, but a lot of people also hurt when Tower of Terror was taken out. So it's going to be a time thing. It's going to take some time.
And this needs to happen.
No.
It just needs to happen. Yeah, so I think what we should do is now recognize the people who are going to be part of this. What is up, everyone? I'm here in Philadelphia just to let you all know that we are watching the Hamilton live stream. It's going to be, of course, July 3rd. And I'm here in Independence Hall to let you all know. July 3rd, Hamilton on Disney+. So make sure to join us for that live stream. I mean, this is the best backdrop for this announcement that I could have come up with, so. July 3rd. So the first thing that we want to acknowledge is, of course, the returning cast. So we do have Anika Noni Rose, who, of course, voiced Tiana. She is returning. She's so excited for this. I'm excited the fact that she'll be able to.
So they're gonna be voicing.
They're gonna be voicing their characters.
Oh wow!
So that's gonna be really cool. And I mean, you were talking a little bit about Lewis, right?
Yes,
like
Lewis.
Following
Yes.
Lewis. Well, his voice actor Michael Leone is coming back. He says he's so excited. He says, and I quote, "Hallelujah!" So that sounds to be
he's excited
because that's what he thinks Lewis would say to the
well there we go.
Hallelujah.
There we go.
So
this is gonna be a very jazzy ride.
I
hope you guys
so
like jazz.
I do.
Yeah, jazz is good. Jazz is
Second star down below. Yes, I do. Then of course Jennifer Lewis, who voices Mama Odie.
Ooh.
And I think Mama Odie is going to be a big part of this.
You think those like concept arts that fans were making that could come true? That
it might have been like a leaked version, maybe. But
it's very weird that these pictures came out
and then like
and they've
not even
been working on this for
a year or more. That's
Disney.
what
Disney.
That's what Disney president Bob Wise has said. That's what they've been doing.
All right.
So of course, like we mentioned earlier, Tony Baxter is going to be advising this ride, but he is not in charge of this. Who is in charge of this is Charita Carter. She is a powerhouse in terms of the Walt Disney Imagineering, and this is a big passion project. At least that's what in the interview announcement. So she's very excited to bring Princess Tiana to the park, as I am. Yeah. I'm really excited to see Tiana actually.
I mean, the only time we see Princess Tiana is on the what's the big old boat.
Oh, when she's on the Mark Twain Riverboat.
On the Mark Twain Riverboat.
At the end of Fantastic.
No. Sometimes she goes on. Sometimes she goes on the ship and she's there.
Okay.
I've never seen the.
Dr. Facilia?
I've seen Dr. Facilia. I've seen him in front of pirates. Don't know why he was in front of pirates.
Because it was New Orleans Square, which makes sense for this to now be part of New Orleans Square.
I'll have a little photo op area.
Oh, absolutely. I've never seen Lewis though.
I've never seen Lewis. Yes, he's in the waters.
He's in the water. So finally, the last thing to talk about with this attraction is when is it coming? So we know it's gonna be for the Disney. Well, it's gonna be Disneyland.
Yes, that's cool.
It's going to be Magic Kingdom. Disneyland, currently, because Disneyland is not opening July 17th anymore, they are reassessing which projects to continue work on. So that's including Avengers Campus, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and the Snow White attraction, and the Haunted Mansion attraction, and
the refurbishment.
This one, now the retheming. The plussing of this Princess and the Frog attraction. So when do you think, because like keeping that all in mind that they're reassessing it, and also the fact that it took them 1 year to retheme California Screamin' into Incredicoaster, when do you think we would see this attraction?
Okay. I'm gonna say they're not even gonna work on it right now when the parks
You don't think
closed.
so? Okay.
Not yet. I think they will start working on this probably around September or October. So I'm saying summer of 2022.
Okay.
I'm gonna say summer of 2022. Perfect time to open up a water ride.
Right.
Everything will probably be hopefully back to normal a little bit.
I was thinking spring 2022, so we're along the same line. So, but let us know in the comments down below. What do you think about this new attraction, which is just a plussing version of Splash Mountain, now being Princess and the Frog attraction. Also, some of the voice acting and the original cast coming back. Also, the creative team behind this attraction. Let us know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. And while you're there, make sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button.
Yeah, we have social media. It's TLEV Media all across the board.
Check out our other channels like TLEV Horror and Second Star, where we do deep dives into horror for TLEV Horror and Disney history for Second Star.
We have a website. It's TLEVmedia.com. Check it out. We're doing articles, and especially about this that just came out. We'll be making an article about that, so make sure to go check that website in the description down below.
And of course, I'm Thomas.
And I'm Mr. Reed.
Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. But always remember, you do matter, you are loved, and you are magical.